Hello and welcome to this week's Rotherham Advertisers SportsChat podcast. Around the table this week is Miller's correspondent David Beddoes.
Good morning.
And news editor Michael Upton.
An early Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. It's our last podcast, our last match of 2015, and what a nice way to end it, David, with such a super performance from Rotherham United against Hull at the weekend.
Yep, also that one coming, a real old-fashioned coupon buster. And, we deserve one too. I mean, we all know Rotherham rode the luck. The guy Akpom for Hull could have had a hat-trick, couldn't he? But I think just for pure resilience, the way Rotherham dug in there and stitched together some decent play going forward, they deserved it in the end.
It just goes to show, doesn't it, Michael, that the Championship truly is the league where anyone can beat anyone, and that's highlighted by the fact that Rotherham had such a dismal display on Tuesday evening against Huddersfield and then came back fighting.
Seems to be the year that football has got its mojo back. Premier League, anyone can beat anyone, and the Championship just goes to show top six, you're not safe. Bottom half, you can get sucked into it, and anyone can put a run together. Some really good play overall, but also some early Christmas presents for Rotherham. That unbelievable penalty that they got, and Dave Fellows must have been painting the goalposts because the couple that hit the post could really have gone the other way, couldn't they?
They certainly could have. I mean, like you said, Dave, they rode the luck at times, didn't they, Rotherham? But for that sheer work rate, enthusiasm, Neil Redfern got the response he wanted to his criticism, didn't he, in midweek?
He did. I mean, we made points during the game that when Rotherham attacked, players were close together, they were interchanging passes. You got the situation at Huddersfield where the front two, Ward and Johnson Clark-Harris, were miles apart. No link there, but we just looked more cohesive and together as a team. We were attacking together, defending together, and it all worked really well.
And there were a number of standout players as well. I mean, Kurt Broadfoot, again, another solid game at the back. Richard Smallwood looked more knitting things together in the centre. And a special mention has to go to Danny Ward up front. He's had his critics this season for not scoring enough goals, but he ran himself into the ground, didn't he?
He did it, and he was strong as well. He was strong, he held the ball up and he distributed it well. I mean, he certainly did answer his critics, didn't he? But Danny Ward was due a good game.
It were epitomised on that small period of play where the ball looked like it was trickling out on the right side, and he came from nowhere, took it forward, kept it in, and the goal ended up resulting from the next play, didn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, it did. I mean, and that summed up Rotherham's spirit on the day, didn't it? Chasing lost causes and seeing it through.
Michael, how happy will Rotherham United fans be just to see, never mind the 3 points against promotion chasers, just to see the effort, the determination, the grit that Rotherham United fans expect?
They'll be delighted, especially to see that the hard work has turned into a result, because there have been a lot of performances up until the recent ones which Neil Redfern got annoyed about, where they have put the effort in and they haven't got the results. I think the crucial thing here is it just goes to show how important it is getting that first goal. I mean, you two stats experts might be able to correct me here, but I think when Rotherham score the first goal, they've not been pegged back that many times under Neil Redfern. That seemed to be the case a lot with Steve Evans, that they'd concede late goals, late equalisers and get pegged back. Absolutely vital. If you get the first goal, rather than the heads going down and conceding the first goal, you can go on and get a result.
Just to build on that point, the 3 games under Neil Redfern where Rotherham have took the lead first, they've gone on to win.
Well, that's kind of what I thought.
That's right.
And in a couple of those, I think, clean sheets as well. It gives you get that first
3
goal.
Clean sheets as well.
Gives everybody a bit more confidence to push on and get a second.
The other point being that when Rotherham are open and when they are behind and they have to push on, that's when they lead gaps and get picked off. When they get in front, they can keep a shape and make it difficult, which is what they did on Saturday.
Something to hold on to, isn't it?
It is.
It was great to see also the return to form and to importance, and especially obviously as he's been out injured, of Lee Frecklington, very important player when he's on form, and his confidence is clearly sky high because he nearly burst the net with that
Well,
penalty.
let's just talk about that penalty. Johnson Clark-Harris scored one a couple of weeks ago. Very similar, went for pace over precision maybe. I want a little poll. Whose did we prefer, Michael?
I don't know. It's very difficult to say. I think you'd have to go for Frex because it was ultimately so crucial.
Yeah, I spoke to Frex afterwards and he said it was his first penalty since the miss at Wembley in the playoff final. And you could see how much it meant. He put his foot right through it, didn't he? I don't think 2 goalkeepers would have stopped it.
It did, and that sort of set the tone then, didn't it? Because after that, it was battling, it was hard working, it was enthusiastic from Rotherham.
It was just one of them days. There were 50-50 balls in the area, loose balls that fall to a red shirt. We just had that little bit of luck that we haven't had, over a lot of course of the season, and it carried us through.
And the New York Stadium was rocking. The fans really got behind it and really enjoyed the experience.
It was. I mean, huge following from Hull. 2,500.
2,500, yeah.
A crowd of 10. So, you know, it's...
And they were making a lot of noise early on, but when Rotherham took the lead, it soon quietened down.
That's it. So hopefully it'll bring a few hundred of the missing faces back.
People love a good Christmas ding-dong, don't they?
yeah.
Tackles are flying here.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Raining.
A few people have had a bit of mulled wine before that. Got excited.
Just for all we were saying about the hard work and the endeavour of the Rotherham United squad, there was some good football in there as well. It wasn't all about flying tackles and winning your headers. There was some nice football in there, and no one more so possibly than Joe Newell. He obviously scored the second goal where he dipped in, dipped out, got onto his right foot and hammered one in off the bar. A couple of minutes before that, Dave, he went on a mazy run. If that were Messi, they'd be showing it every 5 minutes on Sky Sports, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would, and he did everything but put it in the back of the net, didn't he? In the end, he just sided it past the post. I mean, him and Grant Ward were both outlets, weren't they? When we were under pressure, they got on the ball, used it well, took it into corners and so on. So every single player, mucked in.
Michael, how important do you think it is that Rotherham have that kind of player who can take that risk and maybe open the door?
Well, it's pivotal. We said last week on this podcast that there have been too many players looking sideways, and we needed people who take risks, getting behind the strikers and have a go at being direct. Newell's carved himself out a niche of scoring important goals. He's made himself a hero with that goal at Ellen Road, but he's got a couple more very important ones, hasn't he?
3 goals in 6 games, I think, now for Joe Newell.
Yeah,
so it's a long time, isn't it? Probably since Kieran Agard was on the wing that Rotherham have had an attacking threat from midfield.
Yeah, the Rotherham have needed some go forward in midfield, haven't they? They've a lot of older midfielders and so on up and down, but someone who's got a trick and who can commit defenders.
And who's got confidence to do it as well.
Confidence to do it, and I'm sure that Neil Frenford will be looking to add another more of that Newell's type perhaps in January.
I think Neil will be telling Joe Newell, stay with Monopoly and go easy on the mince pies because we need you for this important Christmas period.
And he's still only young as well. I mean, he's a real asset to the club, isn't he? Much like Johnson, Clark, Harris, they're in that potential bracket, aren't they?
Yeah, he's very tenacious, isn't he, Newell? Yeah, he's shaping up nicely.
The goal that he scored as well. I mean, we're talking about Lee Franklin's belter of a penalty. He nearly snapped the crossbar with that shot.
On his weaker right foot as well.
And to have the confidence to take that shot on in that position as well, when a few weeks ago, or even last week, we might have been looking at turning back and look for someone else. To have the confidence, perhaps after that early run, to say, I'm going to have a go, I'm just going to smash this. And perhaps if you're 1-0 up, you've got more of a confidence to do that.
Exactly. Let's have a little look forward then quickly to the Bolton game on Boxing Day. It's a great chance for Rotherham to capitalise on what would make it an excellent week if they won the game.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the league of Bolton. After that, there's Fulham. After that, there's Preston. I mean, this is a really, winnable run, dare we say, these next 3 matches.
And it was a great time to win the whole game, weren't it? Just to give everyone that lift going into these games.
It was, and Rotherham really have to carry this on now. It really is a chance to get out this bottom 3. If they're still, sat there in mid-January, they're going to kick themselves, because this is a good little run to make fixtures coming up.
Michael, if they don't get anything against Bolton, the worst was to happen. It kind of deems the 3 points against Hull pointless, really, for want of a better word.
Well, I don't know about that, because what we've seen from Rotherham this season is we've seen a lot of games where we've said that's winnable, that's against a lower, a bottom of the table side, and they're not come out of it. I think even if they were to lose that game, they can look at the whole game and say, look at the quality of opposition we can beat. Neil Redford can use that in future. He can say, this is a really good, solid side that is shooting for promotion, and we completely took them apart. So I think they really should beat Bolton, because Bolton are not on a great run themselves, obviously, in real trouble. And we know what their weaknesses are. If Rotherham can go into it, stay defensively solid, and this new look attacking formation can get an early goal, you never know, they might crumble. And
it's a chance as well to be out of the bottom 3 by the turn of the year, isn't it, Dave?
It is. I mean, a whole were bonus points, wasn't it? And there will be the odd one of that through the season, but these are the matches Rotherham need to win if they want to win this division next season, ideally.
Right, I'm going to ask you for your predictions then for Boxing Day. Will it be seasonal cheer for Millers fans, or will it be down in the dumps on Boxing Day? Dave, you can go first.
Well, I know I'm always accused of being over-optimistic, but justifiably so this time. I'll go 2-0, Millers win.
Well, you think it's got to be a clean sheet. I think Bolton will scrap tooth and nail. I think a 1-0 win will do, and everyone will be very happy.
Right, that's it. Thank you very much for your time, gentlemen, on the podcast today, and thank you everyone at home for listening to what I said at the start, the last podcast of 2015. The SportsChat team wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and hopefully Rotherham will be outside the relegation zone come 2016. We'll be back in the first week of January with the match and with SportsChat as well. Thank you very much for listening.